So I was listening to this video by Ali Abdal, and it was so interesting what he posited. So he's talking about, do you really, I don't think it's called do you really want financial freedom, but something about financial freedom and the ability to work if you want to. And that is one of my personal goals. I'm not there. And I wanted to share some of the concepts from the video because I figured you guys might want to play with them too. So the video is about 11 minutes long. I'm going to cut it down to about the next 30 seconds. And the gist is that Ali Abdal posits there are 4 things to think about if you are trying to change your job or have the ability to leave your job if you wanted to, even if you are happy with that job, right? AKA financial freedom. And the 4 F's he created were fun, fulfillment, finances, and flexibility. And I like the way that he breaks it down because I had never thought of it that way. I think all of us should, especially if you work in corporate America, you should always be prepared just in case. This is not our mothers or grandmothers corporations. These days, corporations, actually, they've always put corporate interests first, but back in the days, right, you had your pension, you were there for a long time. Pretty much if you kept your head down and didn't do anything crazy, you were in there, you were good. You may not get promoted, you may not whatever, but as long as you didn't do anything crazy, you had a job. And then in this day and age, it's almost like anything is up in the air. A corporation could post record profits and you could still get laid off. And even if you have your own thing, right? Like, let's say you are a small business owner. Let's say you're a plumber, you have a trade, you work in construction. Everyone, I think, should work toward the ability to choose how they want to work. And I like what he said was like, I always used to posit that financial freedom was the ability to work if I wanted to. And of course I would want to, because what would I be doing with my time if I wasn't working? But, absent, of course, if I had children, taking care of children, that kind of thing. But beyond that point, even once, you have grown children, what am I going to do all day? Sit around? No, I personally would want to have something to do every day that gives me fulfillment. So I like that he jiggers the idea and goes from, is it really that you don't want to work? Or is it that you want the ability to work the way you want to work? And I was like, yes, that part. And I would say, I'm very satisfied in my current corporate job. This is not to say that I'm not, but as someone who works for a corporation, always in the back of my mind, I know that it is technically possible that layoffs happen or anything can happen. And if that happens, my why is I'm like, okay, cool. And I have an unlimited amount of time to find something else or perhaps go full time into my own thing. And so that is what I'm going for. And so to go into the 4 F's that he mentions, which I thought was cool, was 1, fun, right? Are you having fun? Do you like what you do day to day? The other one is like flexibility. So are you able to work where you want to work, how you want to work, how often you want to work? The next one is fulfillment, right? Is it something that you find is aligned with your purpose as a person? If you've taken the time to think about that. And I said fun, flexibility, fulfillment, and finances. Does it pay you enough where you feel like, okay, yes, I'm able to live the lifestyle I want to live. I'm able to save what I need to save. Is it all of those things? And so personally, I always want to keep in mind that I like the reframing that I will have to continue working. I'm going to have to keep working because I want to. So it's not that I want financial freedom because I don't want to work. It's that I want financial freedom because I don't ever want anyone to give me my walking papers and then I'm stressed out. That's my why. And so the reason I'm posting this video, I think all of us want to have financial freedom if that's possible for us. And so my why is always the security of knowing that my job is optional, right? Not the other way around. I don't want them thinking, it doesn't matter what they think, but I would never want to feel like my all is in it. The most devastating thing you can see during layoffs if you guys are on LinkedIn, you'll see people post, I've been at this company 20 years, 30 years, 10 years. This was my dream job. You know, I just had a baby, all types of things. And you're just like, this is heart-wrenching. And then I saw this one LinkedIn video once and I was like, ooh, she is exactly who she thinks she is. So this woman had gotten laid off. And she, you know, she said, you know, thank you to everybody who, you know, mentored me, who coached me. I was very thankful to have the opportunity to work in XYZ Corporation. And also, you know, on this side, I've been tinkering with this idea of starting this skincare, something like almost like a skincare matching thing, I think she said. It doesn't matter what the business is, but the point is she immediately flipped it and was like, here's where you can go to support my new business. And there were at least 1,000 likes, whatever, or reactions to her announcement. And I was like, girl, yes, that's how you do that. So like, of course, you are still shaken. It's still upsetting. But then also she's able to pull the reverse Uno card and be like, but then, you know, support my stuff. Like, yeah, okay, I got laid off. And also here's my side hustle, which I think I'm going to turn into a full-time hustle. Go support it. And I was like, that is the goal. That is the goal. The goal is not to be, if God forbid you are laid off, completely distraught and distressed. And I know it's hard. Like, people are married, they have kids, they have, you know, aging parents that they're caring for, and they don't always have the ability they don't have extra time in their day to really do much of anything else. For me, though, I would say, no, I think we could always say that there's something that's stopping us from doing what we want to do. But I posted this in one of my earlier videos, and you guys can go back to it, called the 10-minute rule. And it's a video I came across on YouTube, and I think I linked to it, or I cite the person who came up with the concept. But I love the idea of the 10-minute rule. Like, no matter what you're saying, no matter how tired you are, you have 10 minutes a day that you can dedicate to achieving your dreams. That you can't, no one can say they don't have 10 minutes a day, even if it's 5 minutes after you wake up and 5 minutes before you go to sleep to work on your dreams, right? Because every day you're getting 10 minutes closer to accomplishing that thing. And so I hope that this video motivates you to consider your why. I know my why. I know that I actually love what I do, and I'll probably keep doing it, but I also want to know in the back of my mind that should it ever go, that I have options, right? And that I'm not going to be scrambling and scared to take care of my basic needs. That's my why. And I'd also like you to consider yours, and then what are you going to do with that why? Right? What are you going to do with that why? After you've gone through the 4 F's and rated what your current situation is, what are you going to do with it? Right? Are you gonna start that I don't know, pool cleaning business you've been thinking about? Are you gonna start that job? You know, are you gonna start looking for a new job because, hey, no, I know I want to be working for someone else, I just don't want to do it here? Or hey, you're like, I've always wanted to write a book, or I've always wanted to, even something creative. I've always wanted to paint, right? Which books are also creative, but I've always wanted to paint. And you start, you know, painting and selling your paintings on Etsy. Whatever it is, I hope this video encourages you to explore it. Have a blessed day. Bye.